What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Ryan Ripken Show. I am not Ryan Ripken. I'm just Brad. And I have a bone to pick with you guys that are watching the show right now, that are commenting, thinking that I was responsible for us going live late. Like, literally, I'm the last one that's ever responsible for us going late.
It's always one man.
It's always one man. And that one man is none other than Ryan Ripken himself.
Well, welcome, guys. And yes, I will take the blame for this. If we had the camera rolling literally for the last 20 minutes, we might have gained followers, might have lost followers. I don't really know after that, but we're here. We're ready to rock and roll, and we start at exactly the right time, which is 4:18 p.m. Eastern time. But hey, guys, welcome on in. We got a hell of a weekend to recap what just happened. And then we're going to keep talking about what's going around in the NFL. And don't worry, second hour of the show, guys, we got some baseball news to talk about. Maybe we get into this. I guess the one spicy topic doesn't have to do with the on-field performance, the off-field performance in baseball, and that video circulating with a certain reporter. But there's so many headlines from the NFL games, and we're going to get into all those. But we are going to have Ravens long snapper Nick Moore join us in a little bit, probably in the next couple minutes, to break down kind of yesterday. But there's a lot of hoopla over some special teams plays, fellas, that really turned the table in week 2. But yeah, that's what I got. Brad's here, I'm here, and Zach's there with you, right?
What a time. You know what? What a time. I'm so happy football's back. It just
too.
feels so good to talk about football. I mean, I had a good fantasy day, and I did. You want to talk about stress? I'm in a Survivor League. Pick one team to win every week, and you can't pick the same team twice. Pick the Cowboys yesterday. Talk about the stress of a lifetime. You go back to my instant reaction to the Ravens yesterday. It was on stream that I found out the Cowboys kicked a 64-yarder to send it into overtime, and I started freaking out because I was like, wow. I was like, I can't believe week 2, the Cowboys are the team to get me out of here.
Yeah. Aubrey is on my fantasy team and is the best player on my team.
It's a weapon.
The best player on my team is the kicker.
Hey, Brad, to go at that point, for anyone that's going to say in fantasy football, eliminate kickers, there's no skill. Dude, I'll tell you what, Aubrey's a weapon.
Oh, yeah.
He's an absolute weapon, and having a good kicker or a kicker attached to a good offense is very important, but it's also important when you have a guy that's nails as much as Brandon Aubrey, who single-handedly kept the Cowboys fans from dropping down into an abyss, unlike no other, losing at home to the Giants and dropping to 0-2. Instead, they win that game. I don't know if we're talking about fantasy, but in general in football, if you guys saw the Patriots-Dolphins game, that was wild.
Yeah.
A punt return and a kick return in a span of 20 seconds. And then Devon Achane, who I have on fantasy, was what he thought scored a 40-yard touchdown to take the lead under a minute to go, just to step just a hair out of bounds, and the Dolphins lose the game. Wild. So much to talk about. But you guys are new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. I do want to point out that we have a lot of baseball content still coming for our fans out there. I know the season is dwindling down, but we do have one legend of the game that's going to be coming out later this week. We're getting that all edited and spruced up. That will be a 2-part series, who, again, I would consider one of the best players of his generation, one of the best players the game's ever seen. And there's no doubt he's one of the best switch hitters the game has ever seen, if that's a teaser for you guys. But it's football time, Brad. And I think we have him lurking in the shadows. You helped him with the camera. Would you like to introduce the man, the myth?
Man, the myth, the legend. I saw him on the sideline yesterday. It was good to see him. We have none other than Nick Moore.
Gentlemen, how's it going?
What's up, big guy?
Just living the dream, you know?
What a game.
Hey, how's Apex Legends going?
It's good. I turned it off for you guys. Boys were taking a long nap today, so I got a little gaming in for you.
There you go. Why not?
You're a good kid, Nick. You're a good kid. But yeah, you Brad gave us some great action shots. It seems like you had some good form, good pregame reps. Would you say that was some of your best work?
Oh, you know, It was good. I'm working on some things, trying to get myself into tip-top shape with my snapping. So, some good, some bad. Can always get better.
Speaking of like some good, some bad, there's a lot to like about yesterday with Tyler Loop. Obviously, there was a little bit of like, and to be honest with you, like I'm still trying to figure out the rules with everything. So I can only imagine what it's like being on the field. But obviously, a couple flags as it results with involves around like the kickoffs. So like, could you touch on that a little bit? Like what happened with that, and why were the flags thrown? Because I don't know if a lot of our viewers actually know all the rules associated with that.
Yeah, so he had 2 flags yesterday. The first one was he kicked the ball short of the 20-yard line. So you have the landing zone, which is from the 20-yard line to the goal line. And basically the ball has to land in that area. If it lands anywhere else on the field other than you can land a touchback, but the ball goes to the 35. But so the goal is to land it inside the 20. And what we do is Tyler's really good at kicking these kind of funky balls. We call them dirty balls. He hits them. They can spin sideways. He can kick a spiral. He can kick like a low line drive, trying to get it. I think it was the opening kickoff of the game where he got it to land like on the 19.5-yard line, which is just inside that landing zone. But with those type of kicks, it's a little give and take. Like you hit that kick and you don't always know exactly where it's going to end up. And you don't know like what the wind's going to do, if the ball's going to, like the one, for instance, that landed short, he hits a really good ball and then it just takes like this nosedive basically straight down and lands, probably on the 22, 23-yard line, which is, just short of obviously where you have to get it to. But, that's kind of the game that we're playing with those aggressive style kicks. And then on the one he hit out of bounds, he was trying to do a directional kick away. They had a formation that they had basically an overload side on their kickoff return team. So we were trying to kick it away from him, and he just got a little bit too far, a little bit too wide going out of bounds. So, that just it's kind of part of it. Like he's new to this kickoff style. He's just come from college where you just basically hit touchbacks every single time. Right. And so now he's got to be a little bit more accurate with his placement. It's just figuring it out. I mean, it's his second game and he's done a great job. I really think once he gets these kickoffs dialed in, it's going to be a weapon for us, because I don't know if the viewers know, but when it comes to when the kickoff team can leave or start to go down the field, it's when the returner catches the ball or when the ball hits the ground. So the goal is to get the ball to hit the ground, because then the kickoff team gets an advantage because they get a little bit of a head start before the returner actually fields the ball to start moving down the field. So for us, like, we're trying to get those balls to land short of the returner so that we can get a little bit of a head start. But again, it's a risk that we're willing to take because we know we got such a good defense that we're okay if the ball ends up short, just part of what we're trying to do.
Yeah. And for me, it seems as if like almost kind of doesn't matter if you kick it, short of that 20-yard line or a touchback. It's a difference of five yards. So you might as well get aggressive with it. Is that kind of the idea behind all that?
Yeah. I mean, we've we're a second year into this system. And we're really starting to see the advantages that you're getting on the kickoff team when you're able to get the ball to land short of the returner and hit the ground, because there's a lot of things that could happen with an oval shaped object hitting the ground. It could bounce in a bunch of different directions, especially playing on grass fields like we do most of the time. There could be a divot in the ground and it just shoots the ball one way or the other. And then it could allow us to get a tackle inside the 15-yard line, which becomes a huge advantage for our defense. So, we're doing everything we can to try to get aggressive on those kickoffs and try to let our guys go out there and make plays. And I thought yesterday, guys were fantastic. I mean, I think every kickoff return that wasn't an out of bounds touchback or the ball short of the 20 was tackled inside the 30-yard line. So that's a huge advantage for our team. And, kudos to the kickoff team for really getting down the field, making plays and being aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, the rules have changed and made it, more, lack of a better term, Nick, like it's fun now to watch kickoffs. No offense, before it just wasn't. The excitement of a guy taking it to the house or the strategy involved with it is now back into the game, which we were saying when you just came on, mean, hell, the decisive play in the Patriots-Dolphins game was Antonio Gibson house to kick. So how you kick it into that zone, how you're able to defend it as well, all of it now has changed. Now, there are some plays we got to talk about because there's one play in Pittsburgh that, hey, I guess we got to go over the rule book here. So we got our encyclopedia of special teams, Nick Moore. Hey, how you doing? Because that play changed the game. Just like some other plays did, but that specifically on the kickoff changed the game. But let's stay with this on the Ravens side. It was Joe Flacco. It was nice seeing Joe. Brown's defense is tough, but then Lamar and the boys prevailed. But how about like it's one guy that he might only get a handful of plays, or the impact plays. But how's it feel that you just throw it up to D-Hop and the dude just catches every damn ball? Dude,
he's insane. Like his hands are just unbelievable. And I kind of think, we got him for his leadership, been in the league for a long time. We got him because he's a sure catch guy, makes a ton of catches that most people can't make. He's kind of that go-to guy. If we need a play to happen, D-Hop's going to get there. And I think they robbed him on that other touchdown yesterday. I thought after watching the replay live in the stadium, it looked like it was a touchdown, but ended up not being one. But man, he brings so much to the team. He's just such a threat. I mean, I know people say like, oh, he doesn't have the speed he used to have, or he's whatever. And I'm just going to be frank. Like he's a great route runner. He catches balls that shouldn't be caught, and it's just something that is so special to watch. And I'm just so glad he's on our team.
I mean, impact plays. Some could have argued it could have been 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But regardless of it, he was one of the best players for a reason at his peak. And he had a merry-go-round of quarterbacks. And if he didn't, he'd probably be in even a higher discussion of just how damn good he's been. So that was good to see. It was a good bounce back. Marlowe's got to work on his hands, though, Nick. I mean, that one was. Hey, I guess that Joe did gift us Brad. You were Brad on his best bet was Joe was going to give the boys a pick. Zach, you had faith that after they said no one could tackle Derrick Henry.
Yeah, no, they still
how short.
They didn't stand on business with that.
I made my bet solely because I was like, hey, don't shit talk Derrick Henry. He's already pissed off about the fumbling. I was like, yeah, he's going for 100. No, the Browns defense, you could tell very quickly their game plan was 11 guys are stopping Derrick Henry. And they were like, if Lamar beats us passing, which he did, they're going to let that happen. But it seemed like every play they sent all 11 at Derrick. It was I literally it was the second play of the game. They got the loss of 5, and I was like, oh, yeah, I see the game plan.
Yeah,
I was like, I see where they're committing.
Yeah, it was. I mean, like, so there was, that happened. So, look, that's the potency though on the offense. When the boys are humming, there's a lot of good things. Roquan, I think, silenced people saying, "Hey, he's lost his step. This guy doesn't have it anymore after one game." Ro looked. I don't know. It kind of looked like he's the guy that he's been for his career. I don't know, like 15 tackles.
I saw Ray Lewis hyping him up in the tunnel. I think maybe that helped him out a little.
He possessed him.
He did.
Yeah. And hey, Nick, though, is there a nickname for Tez Walker now? Because it's just all the dude catches is tutties.
Touchdown Ted.
Yeah. So he was toe tap Tez last year after the toe tap in New York. But now he's touchdown Tez because him and Tylen basically have the same nickname. We call Tylen touchdown Tylen, and now we call Tez touchdown Tez. So I mean, hey, 3 catches, 3 tutties, man. He's having a hell of a time as his first 3 catches in the NFL.
Yeah,
man. It's cool to see. You got to give love to those guys, and that's what makes the team so hard to beat. And it's a reminder. Whatever happened week 1. The Bills are going to be there. The Bills are one of the top teams in the league. The response to how do you take care of business? You guys came back and take care of business. That was cool to see. I don't think there's a ton to harp on with it. Then, the Lions are coming up here. Then they talk about an ass whooping. Those boys were pissed off after last week. So that should be a fun one. We'll wait for that for next week. But Nick, because you are the encyclopedia of special teams, we need to talk about a few plays now. Okay. I mean, and Zach, where should we start with this? Should we start with the one in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, we've been talking kickoffs, so let's stick with kickoffs, and then we can talk about long snappers being protected in big moments. We can go there.
Yeah.
So
okay.
here we go.
Let's start with it. So, Nick, for those that didn't see this play, yesterday the Seahawks were playing the Steelers. Seahawks are up in this game. It's just starting in the fourth quarter, I believe, was the context. And Myers kicks this ball. It lands in the zone, which, Nick, you can go into more. But problem here is ball gets by him, and Caleb Johnson just lets it go, and you're going to see the Seahawks are going to recover it. They're going to get the touchdown call, and you're going, damn, there it all is. Okay, there's the hands of the ball going off of Caleb Johnson's hands. But, Nick, I want you to explain every angle of this, because the reason why I wanted to show off Caleb Johnson's hands, this wouldn't have mattered either, correct?
Yeah.
Like if the ball's in play because of what you said in that zone. But talk about the rules and maybe do you want the other angle here? Like what's best for you?
I mean, either one of them is fine.
Okay, we'll start with this one. We'll go back to this one.
Jason does a great job of getting the ball. That's kind of going back to what I was talking about, how you want the ball to hit the ground because it's so unpredictable what's going to happen. So he does a good job of hitting a low ball. Returner can't get to it, bounces up, it's causing him to have to react. And when you're trying to go after an oval-shaped ball hitting the ground, there's just too many things that could happen. It's really hard to make that play.
Especially on that Pittsburgh field.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the field, anytime you play it on a real grass field, like that grass gets beat up by guys being on it, for pregame and during the game and all that. So it's just unpredictable. And so the biggest difference between the old kickoff and what they do in college and what we do in the NFL is the old kickoff, if the ball hit the end zone, it was dead. In this case, because it landed, even here, he didn't know what he possessed it. So the old style, had it gone in the end zone, it would have been a dead ball. Anyway. And so just like in college, but now with the NFL, if the ball lands in the landing zone, every single kick, no matter what, if it lands in the end zone or lands in the landing zone, the ball has to be downed by the return team. So they have to field the ball. And in this case, you would basically, it goes through his hands. He would have to run back to the end zone, get the ball, basically take a knee, and then you get the ball on the 20-yard line. If the ball is not downed by the return team, it is a live ball, and anybody can pick it up. And as you see here, Seattle does a great job of not giving up on the play and understanding the rules. I'm quite honestly, I'm surprised because Pittsburgh has such great special teams coach and Danny Smith. They've had a long history of being really good on special teams. They got some of the best special teams players in the league, a veteran group of special teamers. I don't really know who that returner is, but I'm very surprised that this was not
it's Caleb Johnson.
Yeah, rookie.
I don't. Yeah,
And
okay.
Nick,
So rookie coming from college, he might not understand the rules. Probably, thought it was maybe going to go out of the back of the end zone. I don't know. Just we coached that day one with returners and even the guys on the kickoff team, like everybody in the special teams, the ball has to be down and given to the referee, whether you're going to take a knee in the end zone or in this case, run down there, grab it, take a knee in the end zone. Every single ball has to be possessed at the end of the play by the return team in order for them to have the ball.
Yeah, and Nick, real fast, because I'm genuinely curious. So obviously it didn't matter that it touched Caleb Johnson's hands there. If he would have ran back to retreat it because he touched it in the field of play before it went into the end zone, did he have to bring it out, or is it still a touchback if he just – so it's just a regular kickoff?
He didn't have – so he doesn't have possession of the ball.
Okay.
So they basically count it as like if the ball bounces and it hits off your leg, ricochets in the end zone, it doesn't count as a possession. In the old style, it would have been a regular touchback and it would have gone to the 25. The new style, because it hit the ground in the landing zone, whether you touch it or not, the ball's going to the 20-yard line because it hit the landing zone first. Now, if the ball lands in the end zone, let's say same exact thing happens, ball lands in the end zone, and then he were to pick it up off the ground and take a knee, then it goes to the 40 or 35, excuse me, because it landed in the end zone. It's got to land in the landing zone in order for it to go to the 20. And that's kind of the game that we're seeing from a lot of kickers around the league, especially with the new K-ball rule, and the guys get action with this ball in practice. They can really practice kicking these weird, funky balls with the ball that they're going to use in the game. And so a lot of teams are trying to do this because it is so hard for returners to field the ball. And even when they do field the ball, the advantage lies on – I mean, even if he had fielded it, you got a guy that's at the 25-yard line almost, 27-yard line, and then you got 8 other guys that are past the 30-yard line or right on the 30-yard line. So it condenses the space, and then you're going to get a tackle more than likely inside the 20, inside the 25-yard line, and give a huge advantage to the defense.
I mean, right there, if you look at it on this play, when Caleb Johnson right here, because you can tell he's like, all right, I touched it, but, he thought old rules. Like, you can just tell, it's going to the end zone, don't worry about it. Yeah. Closest Seattle player at this moment in time is at that 26, 27-yard line, right? Mm-hmm. But you can see his reaction. He's jogging off the field. I think there's only one player right here, right there with Pittsburgh that's running after it. And then you can see at the bottom of the screen where Caleb Johnson is. There's another player right there saying like, hey, well, like, he's yelling it to do something. He kind of realizes it, but he's so far out of the play.
Yeah.
Brutal. But like those are plays right there that can cost a team a ball game.
Yeah. I also got it right. Just very nitpicky, but the right here, obviously where he comes and recovers it. The sliding to try to recover that ball when it was that close, I was like, it is stationary. Just go pick it up. I feel like too many bad things could have happened. Hit a knee, hit a body part, bounces out of bounds. And that's just a touchback. That was the only thing when I first saw it. I was like, sliding on that ball was a bold decision. But
I mean, you have to. It's easy to watch the tape and say like, you don't slide. But like that guy has no idea who's coming behind him. If he stops to try to pick it up, and then if let's say there's a Pittsburgh guy right behind him and hits him and he's not able to field it, then he's going to look like it's going to look. Yeah. It's exactly what happened last week with us with Trent Simpson. It's like he's trying to make a play. He doesn't know what's happening behind him. You can't assume in that situation the ball was already stopped. So like the assumption is there that the ball's not moving anymore. So you have a better chance of getting over and stopping it. But again, he's assuming that the other team knows what to do and that they're all trying to run there to get that ball because they know it's a live ball. And so in his mind, he's unless he's got eyes in the back of his head or he's watching the Jumbotron, he has to say basically, I'm the first guy here. I have to get this ball. And the best way to do it is if someone's behind me, block him out by sliding down or diving on it. Obviously, the momentum is going to carry you out of bounds, and he possessed it, before he went out of the back of the end zone. So good on him. But it easily could have gone the other way. Had he pushed it out of the back of the end zone, it would have been touchback to 20. So
this is why we have Nick Moore join the show.
Yeah, this is
what I'm here for.
This is great. Well, I think that people don't understand how valuable special teams plays are until you're in the moment, and then shit hits the fan, and that costs you a game. In baseball, Nick, it's 3 phases. You got to pitch, you got to hit, you got to play defense. You don't do 2 of those 3, you typically always lose a ball game. In football, the same thing applies. You got to play offense, defense, and special teams. But the difference with special teams, unlike baseball, is that field position matters. Knocking home the points matter. And then if you give a team a gift, this was a gift, it could sink what's been a really good game or, a hard-fought victory on a play that shouldn't have happened. So now we need to go to the next game where Broncos-Colts, and this was some long snapper. I'm glad someone's looking out for the long snapper, Zach. You're right, because they can't be put through this much stress and strain. They're not built for it, Nick. Am I right?
Some of us are. Some of us aren't. It's
that's
hard.
Right. You're probably the strongest, or you're the largest.
I'm the heaviest. Okay.
Are we still there? Are we still the heaviest?
It's funny when you.
I think so.
Well, I was gonna say when you had stopped and said, "Hey," at the game, there was a random guy next to me. He's like, "He's a pretty big guy for a long snapper," and I was like, "Yeah, it's the pants."
The white, it's all white from the waist down. Doesn't help me out.
It doesn't. Rip, you want to get to the Broncos game, Rip?
Yeah, let me pull this one up real quickly. So, Nick, for those that don't know, but what happened yesterday, This would have been the final play of the game. Colts are going to try a 60-yarder that would beat the Broncos. They're down by 2. Schrader had been perfect on the day, but it's a high leverage moment. It's 60-yard field goal.
60-yard field goal, yeah.
And here we go. So I'm going to play it through, Nick, and then we're going to run it back. But so here it is. The Broncos, they're lining up. And the kick is up. And then there it is. Their celebration. They're happy. But whoa, wait a minute. This other angle, you're going to see this referee in the bottom right. See that flag flying?
Oh, yeah.
And there it goes. And what happens? Personal foul leverage situation, Nick, which you'll explain. The personal foul moves it up 15 yards. Schrader gets redemption. Colts win the game 29-28 and improve to 2-0. But, Nick, let's go back to maybe then. Is this a good angle to start it from?
This is a perfect angle right here. Yep.
Okay, so walk us through a little bit right here.
So earlier in the year during training camp, all the refs are doing their rounds. You get different crews coming through your camp. We had like 3 or 4 different crews. A point of emphasis for this season was this exact play, protection of the long snapper and leverage. So basically what that means is leverage is when the defensive player puts their hands on the backs of an offensive player. And in this case, you can see, I think it ends up being 96 when he shuffles over to the right side. And he basically 2 hands the back of the long snapper, pulls him down and forward. So you're allowed to, what they've started doing now is you're allowed to swipe. Like, for instance, we saw last year in the Denver game, the Kansas City Chiefs guy swiped the guard's hand that was on the ground, causing him to fall forward. And then they were able to get the block to win the game. In this case, 2 hands on the back is leverage and also the pulling through of it. But leverage is a personal foul penalty. You don't see it quite as much on the inside, like on a long snapper. Usually you see it like what would be 99 on the tackle. They would try to get him down and bring that guy through the C gap, put stress on the end. But basically, this is, they're trying to get 92 up and over to try to block the punt, because on a 60-yard field goal, got to hit the ball lower to get the ball to travel. So the apex of the ball is going to be lower at the line of scrimmage. So guys are going to be able to get up and get their hands on it. And so in this case, that's what it looks like they're trying to do with 92, and what we would call he's the leaper in this situation. And he's trying to be the one to jump up and block it. And 96 here, just by putting his hands on the back and forcing the long snapper down, that is getting leverage, and that is a 15-yard penalty. And they've stressed that this year, that they are the guy in the back. I think it's the dude on the right side. His job is to watch the long snapper. They said that point of emphasis this year was head and neck contact with the long snapper, lining up inside the long snapper's body, or like basically you can't crowd the A gap on a field goal. You have to be basically in a 2. They're pretty aggressive with the 2-eye, which for those that don't know, a 2-eye is an inside shade on the guard, and 2 is a head up basically on the guard. And so they're trying
right there. Like, look right there, Nick.
Yeah.
I think
he's clearly 96 is clearly on top, using his body to pull him down with his hands on his back. That is not allowed. And even 92 looks like he has a hand on the back of the guard right there. I can't see from this angle, but it looks like his left hand is down to try to aid him in his jumping. So if you're going to do the jump, it's what Myles Garrett does. You have to jump completely over. If you're the guy jumping, you cannot make contact with the back of anybody with your hands. You can accidentally, like if your foot kicks him, that is acceptable, but you can't jump. And then if your feet are on him, try to stand up on top of them. That is also leverage as well.
I just hope that long snapper's okay. That's a lot of force.
He's a tough kid, man. That's Luke Rhodes. He's a really good long snapper, really tough guy. He's got a lot of muscle, so I think he'll be all right. That's hard. I mean, the problem is, like, there's nothing that any of us could do. It doesn't matter. That defensive lineman's probably 330, 340. And he's probably strong as an ox. There's absolutely nothing we can do to stop it. And that is why the referees are becoming more aggressive with these calls, because we've seen it happen, not necessarily this exact play, but we've seen a lot of guys try to expose the long snapper because the size advantage that the defense gets in the A gap. Yeah, you see him right there pulling up. That's
Oh yeah, that's
personal foul. Yeah, so that's perfect angle. I mean, the way he's also another penalty is when the defense pulls. I think I said it a minute ago. When the defense pulls any body part from an offensive player forward, which is what he's doing here as well. That is also a 15-yard penalty.
So then and there, Nick, this is the play that the Broncos were going to go back being 2-0 instead. This is how it ends. And, of course, throughout the games, everyone's going to say, hey, it doesn't come down to a last play. Like we had so many other times that it could. Well, in this case, because both teams make mistakes, whammy, you execute the first time. Yeah, you're 2-0, but the Colts then, Schrader gets to take a second. I'll be honest. I don't think he was making that regardless of if they were. I don't think that was going to –
that wasn't
that ball was –
Wait, yeah, it was right. Wasn't it wide? It was pretty far right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this ball is – we have one more angle of that. It is wide right.
I mean, in all honesty, a 60-yard field goal is a 50-50 ball for most kickers in the NFL. I would say Aubrey is probably 75% chance of making it. But it's just such a difficult kick because it's so far away. Like guys can hit it when they're just out hitting off the sticks, or we're just doing an operation, just the three of us. Most of the guys have the leg strength to make it there, but when it comes to like a real life situation, the trajectory changes when you have the offensive defensive lines in there. Like these guys are massive, and so you have to hit a lower penetrating ball to get that distance. And you see a lot of times guys deflect it, or they try to put too much into it and they hook it or whatever. And it's just such a difficult kick to make. Anything over 55 yards is what I would call a 50-50 ball, where you're gonna make half, you're gonna miss half. And that's just the nature of the beast, especially when you're playing outside. Inside maybe you're 60-40, but still there's so many things that go into it that it's a difficult kick to make anyway.
Yeah, you got to bring out the driver instead of the 9-iron.
Exactly.
To hit that ball. And speaking of drivers, there's none other better than in the NFL than Brandon Aubrey, and I'm pretty sure that's where you wanted to go to next. Is that right, Rip?
Yeah, great segues here, by the way. Great segues. And good. Make sure you're hydrated, Nick. Obviously, we need you to be okay. If you're going to be able to handle a late night on Monday night, 2 primetime games in the first 3 weeks for the Baltimore Ravens, we got to make sure you're feeling good, buddy. Okay?
No, we're going to be locked and loaded.
Yeah, there's
with
no
the
doubt.
hydration. With the hydration.
Yeah, thank you. But you just said that 75% chance, or sorry, you said that most kickers, it's like a flip of a coin from that distance, but not for Brandon Aubrey, who, by the way, then yesterday afternoon, not the evening yet, but the game, it felt like it went on forever.
Yeah.
Brandon Aubrey, they had under 30 seconds. They get to the 47-yard line. And they say, Brandon, all right, give us a chance here, or we gave you a chance, bail us out. And Aubrey absolutely drills this. And I'll pull this up, Nick. We're not going to see the wrong one. Is that the right one? No, that's the right one.
No, it was right.
It was showing Colts on. There it is.
There we go. So, I mean, look at this. We know the result. He pipes this one, and then they go to overtime and they win this game. But we're just going to run it through, Nick, and maybe you could talk to me just about how they set everything up. He makes it look so damn easy, too. It's just like a walk in the park. Kick.
I mean, he that guy's a stud, man. He has – I've seen him in real life twice, man. He has an absolute cannon for a leg. So
let's go back to then maybe this angle, Nick. So, just walk us through on a kick of this magnitude, last play of the game. It is nerve-wracking as hell because you're trying to win the game, and you actually were in one that was 1 or 2 yards a hair further for the victory.
Just 2 yards further, but yeah.
Just 2 yards further, just to clarify.
2 measly yards. Yeah.
Still a record.
For the record.
We'll see how much longer it lasts.
If there's going to be a group to break it, though, it might be this one this year, Nick. But walk us through at least from the snap, the hold, and then to the absolute boot.
Yeah, anytime you have a kick of this magnitude and distance, everything has to be done exactly right. There's no room for error in a kick like this, because if you slightly mishit it, or if the spot is off, or the kicker has to rotate the laces, it just so much could happen in the air on 64 yards. And so Trent Sieg here's the long snapper, Brian Anger's the holder, and obviously Brandon Aubrey's the kicker. Trent does a really good job, delivers a really good strike. I can't see the laces here, but it looks like Anger doesn't have to move them, maybe just a smidge. Yeah, it looks like he does like an eighth of a turn. So laces are probably what we would call 12 o'clock is perfectly straight back where it came from. An eighth of a turn would be like 1:30, 2 o'clock. So they're probably facing towards like 73. Easy for a holder of Anger's caliber. And then gets a really good hold, hits the spot perfectly, gives Aubrey all the time in the world to see that ball. And then Brandon's just confident going into that, has a good plant like he always does. I mean, just a professional soccer player that is playing football for fun, it looks like. And he has just got an absolute cannon. You see how he does that little run it back here?
Yeah.
He does that little skip right there. You see, that's Tuck did the exact same thing when we hit the 6 yarder. They add a little bit of extra momentum, try to get a little bit extra power behind it, because that is not his traditional steps there. It kind of like does like a little shuffle step, give him a little bit of extra speed going into that plant, allowing him to get a little bit extra power on that ball. Not that I think he needed any extra power, because he absolutely hammered this one. And it's just a great job. I mean, the right side of the line for the Cowboys, they got the brunt of the Giants' defensive rush. They did a great job of keeping those guys, towards the line of scrimmage and low, not allowing them to get up to get their hands on it. Overall, just executed really, really well. We've seen time and time again with Aubrey. I think he has now the second and third longest kicks in NFL history. And he's going to be, I think, the first. He'll be the one to hit a 70-yarder. I would venture to guess. He just has such. I know we saw from Cam Little hitting it in preseason. It's just the Cowboys, in my experience, since Brandon Aubrey has been on the team, they have been the team to most likely try those types of kicks.
Yeah.
They've tried. I mean, he's probably had, since he's joined the league, he's probably had the most kicks beyond 60 yards of any kicker in the National Football League. And he's probably made, he's definitely made more than anybody else in the NFL beyond 60 yards.
Oh, without question.
And, they have a lot of confidence in him. I know McCarthy loved throwing him out there for these 60, those long kicks, and he's earned the right to get those opportunities. And he's a weapon to have on your team, because, especially now with like the way the kickoff stuff is, you're looking at like, if they hit a touchback, you only got to get a first down and a half, and then you have a chance to make a field goal.
Right.
Like you're looking at, you got to gain 15 to 18 yards, and he's going to give you the best possible chance to win the game. So the Cowboys can, they can be aggressive. They can, if they're down by a field goal or less, they can basically come back and win the game with minimal seconds on the clock. All they need is one good play, and then get it in there and give him a chance to kick those long field goals. So it's awesome to see. I mean, it's great to see that.
I was going to say, imagine being, a fan of that team or on that team, and knowing that all you need to do is get to your own 40 to potentially either win or tie a game. Like, that's just bananas.
Well, if you're on your own 40, that's a hell of a field goal right there.
I'm just like, it's 70-yarder, right, or what have you.
Well, the line of scrimmage would have to be, at the deepest point, the line of scrimmage would have to be at the minus 48, because that will give you a 70-yard.
48. Well, so either way, like that's. Yeah,
but still, you're right. Which, if you get a touchback, you only have to go 12 yards.
Yeah. Right.
From 13 yards, 35 to the 48. Like, you don't have to go that far, and that's really just one play. So if you have a timeout, you need about 7 seconds, or you could maybe even do it with 6 seconds to get one quick completion for 13 yards, and then you're giving they would be the team to try a 71, 72-yarder, I feel like.
Well, and that ball looked like it probably would have been good from there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Cowboys, and it's the difference between a Hail Mary, like, you're Hail Marying it, hoping to convert that, or Brandon Aubrey hits a 72-yarder, I think you have a better chance.
Your odds are definitely
insane to think of, but I would.
Your odds are definitely better. Yeah, 100%. You have a better chance of executing on the field goal attempt than you do on Hail Mary. I mean, the Hail Mary odds are so low.
Yeah.
Like, especially now, like it's just such a rarity to happen that you might as well give the kicker a chance. Because let's say if a Hail Mary is a 10% chance of executing, Brandon Aubrey from 75 yards has like probably a 30 or 40% chance to make it. Like, and I'll take those odds any day of the week. So
beast,
good,
man.
good for him.
He's a beast. I think we're going to continue to see it. Maybe one day the Ravens special teams will get a little frisky and
we got a cannon, dude. That our guy has a strong leg. The difference
he
is
does.
We play outside on natural grass, 15 times this year. He plays inside 14. that comes into play, especially as the season moves on. Like,
for sure.
Like yesterday, we're heading into the wind on one. Like, so our field goal line, like, it's not even a question of whether we're going to kick field goal from 60 yards. Like, that's not even an option. So when you play outside, and especially as the season goes on in the division that we're in, like when we were playing the Bills on our first field goal, our field goal line was a 48-yard field goal. When we hit that 52-yarder, like our line was 48 yards and in. And then we got an opportunity. Harbs was like, "You guys want to kick it?" We're like, "Absolutely, we're going to kick it." And he ends up drilling it. But it's just the environment plays such a part in that. And we haven't, literally since I've been here, we've had I want to say 3 opportunities to hit over 60 yards since I've been here. We've only had 3 because they only come at end of half and end of game. No one's going to do that in the regular course of the game because the ball goes to where the kick was attempted at. And so if you kick a 65-yard field goal in the regular course of the game and you miss, they got the ball 1st and 10 on plus 45. Now they're looking at, they're going to score, they're going to at least get a field goal. Hopefully, you would assume the odds of them getting points is super high. So that play just comes, it's such a rarity to happen. And so hopefully, we get opportunity to make, we had that one in Washington, 61 in the preseason, but it's just a situational type kick that doesn't come up that often.
Yeah, environment is so important. You kick in a dome. There's a reason why the record's in a dome. There's a reason why before playing out in Denver, when Matt Prater is the one that booted one through, air's a little thinner out there. Those things matter still, even with everyone's advancement and power and ability and the ball changing and whatnot. So I'm excited. But Nick, it was a great weekend. We're proud of you. You're a good kid. It was a good weekend for your dogs. They're always an underdog. No one has faith in them. No one believes in us.
Speaking of missed kicks,
go Dogs.
Yes.
I told you Georgia was the one team I trusted the most, and they almost let me down. But
I'll tell you, Tennessee's offense looked fantastic in the first quarter. I was genuinely like, "Oh, we're about to get steamrolled." And I had to hold it. Morgan Cox texted me right before the game. He's like, because he played at Tennessee. And then T. Martin, our quarterbacks coach, also was quarterback at Tennessee. And so I'm like, we're getting steamrolled. And I'm like, we're at meetings downtown at the hotel. And T's like, I don't know about them dogs tonight, man. It's not looking good. I was like, hey, it's Kirby Smart, baby. He's going to make adjustments. Second half, baby. He's a Saban disciple. We got this in the bag. And let's just say I was genuinely nervous, especially on that 4th down. I was like, dude, just kick the field goal. You got timeouts, and a 2-minute warning. Come on. And then they hit it, and I was like, that's the best call I've ever seen. Unbelievable.
Never a doubt.
Never a doubt. I love it. Tennessee's got a great football team. That quarterback is – I know he throws – he's notoriously thrown a lot of picks when he was at App State, but he's a hell of a quarterback. He looked unreal in that first quarter. It was very impressive. So I'm just glad my dogs were able to get it done on the road, hostile environment, 110,000 people. That's a tough place to play, man. I've been there during a checkered, whatever they call it, the checkered board game or whatever. Yeah. The score was slightly different. I think we won 41-0. the checkerboard was gone at the end of the first quarter.
Okay.
But
I thought
But
you were
it's-
about to bring some it was an intense moment at the end.
it was. Hey,
Do you really think Nick would have done that, Zach?
Yeah,
Like, honestly.
dude, if it was an intense moment, I would have said it. I'll tell you this: the second most hype place I ever been to was kickoff in that game on the checkerboard. That kickoff was elite, but after that, we scored in like 3 plays, and it was pretty much over after that.
So Nick's like super humble when it comes to.
I didn't even play in the game. Okay, my team just won. I was watching.
I know that's what I'm saying. You're super humble when it comes to the NFL, the day to day, all of those moments. Yeah, we just got to pick ourselves back up, and we're just trying to do our best. Like, yeah, I got it, Nick. Georgia plays, never a doubt, best team in the country. We don't lose unless it's to Notre Dame. That's really what it's all about.
What did we lose? I can't even remember. We lost Notre Dame. Did we lose to Notre Dame last year?
Yeah, it was, the
So
SEC.
they beat us one time in the history of their school. Okay, that's cool.
It's cool. They've been to more recent national championships, though. So.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. When was the last time they won one?
It's been a while. You're right. It's been a while. But like we said, Georgia's been an underdog for the last 10 or 6 years, Zach.
It's impressive. It's like, every single year I just see it. No one ever ranks Georgia. They're, the bottom of the SEC, and then they just overcome all odds to.
It's those damn guys over in Vegas just pulling the wool over everybody's eyes.
I guess Kirby they must not like Kirby, I guess. I don't know what it is. They never give us they never believe in us. Like we were even I think we were 6 going into that game.
And you were also favored going into that game.
Hey, and we didn't cover, but we won.
Tennessee plus 4.5, never a doubt. I had some choice words for. I have to remind myself they're just kids when the kicker missed. I was like, oh, we're not even close. I was like, this is non-competitive.
Yeah, that was.
It wasn't good off the foot. Like that wasn't like it was like, okay, we're going to overtime.
It's like I don't know what it is. Tennessee and Alabama have had massive struggles with that kicking. I can remember one of my best friends from high school was a Tennessee fan, and both of his parents went there. And I just remember when I was in high school, like they lost so many games, just bad, like miss a field goal at the end of the game. I'm like, dude. And same with Alabama. Alabama's notoriously been bad at kicking. And I guess Reichard was really good when he was there, but before that, they were awful. So
Alabama's missed
college
kick.
Football looks good. Georgia's got Alabama coming up 2 weeks.
Oh, that's not a worry.
No,
they're looking better now. I'm just saying they put a whooping on.
If you guys lose to Alabama, then my confidence in Georgia is down. We're done,
dude.
We're done.
You don't understand, dude. You
done.
Bama is looking good though. Bama looked
good,
better.
Dude. They just put up 59 points against one of your Big Ten boys.
Who'd they play?
Wisconsin. They beat them 59-24.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great.
Wisconsin backup quarterback. We're hyping up right now.
Yeah, let's calm down.
Not even Billy Edwards.
Maryland might beat Wisconsin.
Yeah, we're gonna say this weekend,
and we'll go around Maryland a little bit, talk about that. But I digress. Nick, I'm happy for you, man. You're a good kid. Never a doubt for your Bulldogs.
Yeah.
They're
gonna win this week too. They got the bye week, so it's a win. They win everything, dude. They just win. Just winners.
That's all they do.
I think actually the University of National Champions is considered UNC, just for the record. But
is it?
They went as far as all sports, UNC's up there. Yeah.
I mean, Georgia doesn't have that many national championships in football, so we only have.
I'm just saying, outside of football, what do you guys got going right now?
Baseball's been pretty good.
Okay.
Swimming and dive's always been really good at Georgia.
They've been good. Yeah.
Track and field's been pretty good.
Okay. So I hear a lot of pretty good.
I don't know the specifics on it. I know when I was in school and we went to the national championship and lost, we won national championship and guys and girls diving, swim and dive, and track and field. And we were in the college. Were we in the College World Series? No, that was after. That was during the back-to-back football national championships. They were in the College World Series. We got good athletes down there. NIL's just it's tough, man. Everything's balanced. I think you're seeing like the love it or hate it. I think it's the most balanced college football we've ever seen. Like,
and that's why the SEC is not as dominant as it used to be.
I'm getting more closer and closer to agreeing with you. I still think it's a harder schedule up top to bottom, but I do think that there are teams outside the SEC that are really, really good.
I think the top half of other conferences have caught up.
I think so. I agree. I think so. And, outside of Notre Dame, getting beat by A&M, but they're pretty much done. So unless the college football gods, the freaking all the boosters, just if they finish 10-2 and they're no conference championship and they're like, put them in the playoffs because they're getting 10-2, they're going to somehow end up being in the top 12. It's just ridiculous.
They're going to soft launch it like 2 weeks prior. They'll put them at 13 and just see what people think.
Mm-hmm.
I have no doubt that they'll try
number 12 will win, and they'll still just be like, yeah, but Notre Dame.
Yeah, because it'll be like Utah State or somebody that's like nobody wants to see in the playoffs. So they're like, it justifies us putting Notre Dame at 10-2. If they had a holder at all, they would, they probably would be 1-1. But
yeah, that was
what?
The cameramen loved finding that holder during that go ahead drive.
So bad, man. Backup quarterback,
every time that Mississippi State got or Texas A&M got big play, they were like, find the holder on the sideline as he's watching them. Just like, oh my gosh.
And that is why, my friends, you do not have the backup quarterback as the holder. I'm putting that out there in the ether right now. It never works out well.
Don't do it.
You heard him.
The Cowboys learned their lesson, so why isn't everybody else learning their lesson?
Yeah. That people remember. Well, Nick, appreciate you. We'll let you get back to getting better at Apex Legends.
I'm gonna go be a father.
Oh, look at you! Look at that! Oh, I'm Nick. I'm very humble. I'm a family man.
I am. I got off days. I got to spend it with my boys.
That's not what I was going with. I was hyping you up. We're like, you're this well-rounded guy, and then it gets into a couple things, and you go scorched earth. And it's usually around the Georgia Bulldogs, but
it's all Georgia. Everything else, I'm pretty mellow.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go be a dad. You guys have a great rest of your show.
Thanks for coming on.
We love you guys. We'll see you on Thursday. All right.
Hey, you're a good kid, Nick. I don't care what they say about you, buddy. All right,
gentlemen.
Great job.
Great job, Nick.
Thank you to the heaviest long snapper in the NFL, Nick Moore. He won't get pushed down like the Colts guy. That's for sure. It's that off-season programming right there for the kid.
That was hilarious. Nick comes over, we chat for a little bit. And he leaves
that was good.
I was like, it's definitely the pants. It's the white pants.
Yeah, dude, the white pants aren't as flattering. We're still waiting for that Nick Moore jersey to hang in the rafters, but
we do need the white jersey.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. But also, we are getting to enhance our channel upgrades, Brad. We're working on those. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We did change over our channel memberships as they are. And Brad, you can help explain that a little bit more. And also, and I apologize, as you can see, I saw in the chat, Rick. Yeah, it's a hectic week for me. I'm not gonna lie. Your boy's got a few personal things going on here.
In case you didn't know.
And so I apologize for the technical difficulties were on my side, but for our channel members, we're gonna have more perks and more exclusive interviews and content beforehand. But Brad, walk everyone through real quickly before we keep diving into the hoopla that happened this weekend.
Yeah, so if you guys go down on your screen and look at the join button, that is where you can find Rip's Good Kids and Rip's Better Kids. It's channel membership that helps you help support the channel, but also we give back to you as a result. So the Good Kids is going to give you we give exclusive access to polls and some other content, as well as obviously the badges and stuff. You guys can see some of the members already have that on the sides of their names. We'll prioritize any of the comments or questions that you might have. And then there's the Better Kids. That's where the good stuff really happens. Rip After Dark, and then there's going to be some special guests that are on there that no one else will be able to see other than the Better Kids. Plus, we do a Friday. Things have been happening, obviously, and then but on Fridays we'll be putting out basically our picks for the weekend, and then it'll turn and evolve as like baseball comes back around and that sort of thing. But if you guys want to check that out, I encourage you to hit that join button next to subscribe. Help support the channel, and it helps us reinvest in things like the studio and a good camera for Rip.
Yeah, we're working on that. And I know that I'm trying to get the shadows down here. We're playing shadow ball here at this moment in time. But overall, though, yeah, give us some grace period. Going into October, we're definitely going to have a really good cadence on what we want. And I know I think call-ins is something we definitely want to have maybe for the Sunday show.
We want to bring that
there.
back.
It's game day. So that will be for the Rips Better Kids as well. And yeah, Nick, though, we might have a little Nick at night moments on Wednesdays when we have some scheduling conflicts. So Rips Better Kids, we appreciate that. And we have a couple interviews in the works and some hidden stories that we didn't release to everyone yet. I don't think I've even released them to Brad and Zach. So they might be seeing it for the first time when it comes out. So can't wait to share that with you guys. Appreciate it. And we're just trying to make this better. We're trying to be a content machine to see what happens here and keep on rolling, baby. Keep on rolling. But hang with me for like 2 weeks. Okay. Have some personal things I'm trying to get together. What, Zach?
Did you just see the Adam Schefter tweet? He did not need to word it like this. Breaking news. Tom Brady is coming out of retirement. Sort of. It's a flag football thing. I was like, are we serious right now? Are we starting the headline with Tom Brady coming out of retirement, especially because we'll get into all these quarterback injuries. I was like, oh my gosh, he's picking this team. I was like, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, he's picking the Bengals. Like he saw the wide receivers. He was like, this is my opportunity.
Yeah.
But as of this moment, he is not. So I got the notification and my heart dropped. I was like, are we about to have to play Brady twice a year? I was like, what is going on right now?
I would have no problem with that.
We say that till he gets out there.
Lamar Jackson's record against Tom Brady is quite good.
That is true.
Just saying there.
And he's
the wording of it.
To get in his AARP card, so
I would trust that.
That's not a joke,
guys.
He's close. He's that close to 50. He can get his AARP card.
The dude can still sling it if he wants to. But you know what? He's a broadcaster for Fox. He's invested in other things. Part owner with the Raiders, which they're playing later tonight. The double dip. We'll get into that with Zach's Bolly's bet later on.
How do we feel about that, by the way? I hate this doubleheader Monday Night Football bullshit because like a game starts at 10 o'clock is just not. That's not my cup of tea.
I don't mind it personally, but I also already have a horrendous sleep schedule. Like I'm someone who's already up and like I get minimal sleep as it is. So like for me, I was like, oh, just football to watch as I'm going to bed. But I'm glad it's only once. Like it's one of those things where it's like if this was every week they had 2 and one started 10, that would add up over the time. And I'm like, there's just a lot of football I'm missing.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. The one thing I realized, like I really appreciated it more when I visited my sister and you're out in Mountain West, the mountain time. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, football starts at 11 a.m. And then the late afternoon games would then start at what? We're pushing that back then, 2 p.m. would be out there. And then you're like, oh, the Sunday night game is 5 or 5:15. You're like, damn, that's kind of nice. Like a little late morning, I'm maybe having a little mimosa if I'm feeling a Bloody Mary, or if I'm just going to, decompress and detox after a long weekend. That does happen too. Or, it's you want to watch football, but then you can get in bed at 8:15 at 9 p.m. at night. That's nice. I'm with you though, Zach. I'm a night owl. So like I stay up late. Like I will watch the games, but I think for everyone, the earlier times would be a little bit better. I think like the older you get, it's like, 8:20 sick It's an awesome time. Like if I'm at the game, I'm excited, but I'm having a little bit of
All right,
panic.
I'm the old guy here. Fine, get off my lawn.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like it's interesting with football times are always talked about, but baseball times in the playoffs are the ones that are actually the most interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because they change game times more in baseball season that aren't typical to football. Like football, it's like, oh, we're doing these times. This is how they always are. In baseball, they'll be like, hey, we're going to play a 4 p.m. game today. And then we'll follow that up for a different one. And I remember Jason Worth talked about that with the Nats and even Ryan Zimmerman, that they're like, yeah, we'd be playing in the shadows and we maybe played 1 or 2 games the entire year at that hour. And in the biggest series of the year, biggest game, we're playing at this time because that's what the TV scheduling does. Erroneous. Yeah. That can be for a different time. But guys, new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We'll get into some baseball because I do want to talk about this little situation that happened on the baseball field the other day with Ken Rosenthal. But let's get through our football work here. And also got to shout out Merit Clubs, by the way. I've been asked about those recipes. Zach, the Greek yogurt dip was spectacular.
Fantastic.
And
it looked amazing.
Oh my gosh. Well, so we're going to continue to put out those recipes, but right now for the rest of September, do you remember, Zach, do you remember the
21st night,
September?
Oh. I mean, they're the classics. I can't talk about
but we have classics.
Like Earth, Wind, and Fire, though. Like, come on.
Oh, man.
Like
bonus points. No,
yeah,
it was.
It's a classic.
This is that just blew my mind that you knew
no
that.
No chance Kevin was going to get that. It's a good thing we left him back there.
Yeah. It's that would have ruined the entire moment right there. But for the rest of the month of September, they're giving you 30 days free if you sign up at Merit Club. So if you're looking to get fit and look to go out there and do your thing, 30 days for free. You know how you spell free, Zach?
MERRITT, baby.
Yes.
Boom.
He's learning.
Boom.
He's learning. Beautiful. And we will get those recipes. Apparently, if you're a Merit member as well, Stephanie that works there, she sends out like a newsletter every month with these recipes. Like she's a trainer and then a wellness coach. She's like, hey, you want to eat healthier? Here's all these things that I make. Like, great. I'll have all of them. So great. Yeah. Merit Clubs. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you very much. I don't know. Is Kevin back there? Is he alive?
He is back there. Yeah.
Kevin. Oh,
what's going on?
Hi, Kevin.
How's it going?
How are you doing?
Hello. I'm doing. How about you guys?
Did you upgrade your microphone, Kevin?
Microphone and the microphone's been for a little while now, but the camera in the background is now. I'm done with the green screen. It was
you're looking good. You're sounding good.
Thank you. You know, it means a lot coming from my hair brethren on the show.
Yeah,
we have to represent.
That's right.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, it's okay. You see this?
Get him off the screen. Hey, thank you, Clock on Ravens, Kevin.
I feel like Kevin's hair just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's like
I know. I'm getting a haircut on Friday. It's almost taken up. Look at how
from 5'6" to 5'8".
Yeah, that's why I do it. I have to add on some height.
Yeah, you got a lot of turf up there, buddy. A lot.
I know. Yeah,
mine's a little bit
flat,
patted down, but it's okay. You know what?
It's just wet down. Once it dries, you'll get the volume back.
Yeah. It's all the volume will come back in time.
There you go. Yep.
In my dreams, sometimes my nightmares. But Kev, we're just about to do a little bit of the spicy topics around the NFL. Injuries left and right for quarterbacks, dude. And Zach, you mentioned Schefter saying about the Brady tweet. I mean, not Tom would be decimated behind that Bengals offensive line because that is brutal. But there are so many injuries to monitor now. So Joe Burrow's the biggest one. because it said that he is now having surgery for turf toe, which a grade 3 sprain or what the category guy is means it's a full tear. So Joe Burrow is going to miss 3 months. I still feel like he's going to pop up in Baltimore for Thanksgiving.
No
But Jake
chance.
Browning came in and led the way, led a comeback. He's fully capable, but that's a huge blow. JJ McCarthy just has been announced. He's probably going to miss multiple weeks. And then it's going to be what? Carson Wentz starting for the Minnesota Vikings. Jaden Daniels has a knee injury right now. Am I missing any quarterbacks? Just quarterbacks.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, a lot of quarterbacks.
So I think that's probably the spiciest of it.
Yeah.
The Bengals, though, were 2-0, Zach. With
Yeah.
it. You got a point? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say it is definitely a weird, bittersweet season for the Bengals because, like, hello, they finally started 2-0 in the Zach Taylor era. Like, they finally won a week 2 game, and, like, you're sitting there and there's all these positives. They finally start off on the right foot. Then you have the Burrow news, and it's like deflation. But I don't think this is like over for the Bengals. We're going to have to see how Burrow returns. I agree with you guys. I think we see him at worst in December against the Ravens. I would not be surprised if it's in Thanksgiving.
I think you guys underestimate what turf toe does to somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, no, and I agree. But I think that's why at the moment, if he can return, I don't think this is a Bengals season's over type thing because looking at their schedule, next week, you got the Vikings, who now don't have J.J. McCarthy. They definitely didn't look good last week. Broncos, I think the Broncos are good. But then you have Lions, Packers, probably 2 losses there. But then you got the Steelers at home, the Jets at home, the Bears at home. Then you go to Pittsburgh. Then you got the Patriots at home. Like that's 3 to 4, could be 3 to 4 wins right there. I could see because they started 2-0. Burrow comes back and they are sitting at 500, maybe a game above 500. And then from there, I mean, it's a better situation than they were in last year. So I've seen a lot of things where it's like, okay.
It's a very soft schedule.
Yeah, and it is at the right time because then, after the Patriots, it goes Ravens, Bills, Ravens, Dolphins, Cardinals, Browns. But, they have that 3-game stretch against the Ravens twice and the Bills. If they don't have Burrow, that's probably 3 losses. If they do, they can probably get 1 or 2 of those. So it's going to depend. And then, Brad, like you said, the biggest factor is what is Joe Burrow look like when he comes back? Turf toe is definitely it sounds way.
It doesn't sound as bad as it actually is.
Yeah.
So for those of you guys who don't know what turf toe is, it's literally the bending of the big toe backwards towards the top of the foot. So imagine that, this is your big toe gets pushed so far back to the top of your foot that it causes a sprain or injured toe to the ligaments. And what it sounds like is that there was some sort of tear in the ligament that connects the big toe to the bottom of your foot. It's extremely painful, and actually, it's what forced Jonathan Ogden to retire from football. So, it is an extremely painful injury, and it's just because it's dealing with the big toe. You got to think that you're planting on that foot. You have to plant that foot to take a step. So, in the game of football, it's a serious injury for sure.
Yeah, I was about to say the JO part right there, and especially for a quarterback where Joe, he's not Mr. Mobile, but he's mobile enough to extend plays.
Yeah.
If he's not able to do that, that limits what makes him the best that he can be. And yeah, with these pass rushes and this line that, I wouldn't even consider the Jaguars as being a prolific pass rush. They got some dudes on that team, but if the Bengals are having problems there, it's only going to get more challenging. The positive for them is I think Jake Browning is pretty damn solid for a backup, and it helps that you have Jamar Chase. Like they're going to win some games with him. Like I think that I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals, heck, they surprise and they might be even over 500 before that stretch of gains versus Ravens, Bills, Ravens. So time will tell, guys, but that's definitely one to monitor. That's the biggest name of all of them. And the other teams, though, stinks for J.J. McCarthy, but I wouldn't be surprised if Carson Wentz goes out and balls out. with his first game. I just think that Kevin O'Connell's that good of a coach.
Yeah.
And I think that a veteran quarterback in that system might do better than people expect. That, you saw it with Sam Darnold last year. So, yeah, that's that one. Jaden Daniels, the interesting one. We can talk about that one a little bit later, but Eckler lost for the year with the torn Achilles. The Commanders still haven't looked great on offense. Granted, the Packers, I think, are that damn good. That shift.
That's where I'm at right now. Especially after we watch. Like I couldn't put it together of like, okay, are the Giants like bad and maybe the Commanders are underperforming? What's going on there? And that's like, okay, maybe the Packers defense is just really good, but did the Lions really not look great? Then the Lions dropped 52 on the Bears. I was like, oh, okay, the Packers defense is really good. Like that is still the same Lions offense that can score 50. So, obviously the injury is now the biggest concern for the Commanders, but I wasn't, until the injury came out, I was more of the belief of like, I walked away from Thursday night more in like a, wow, that Packers defense with Micah Parsons is really good, rather than I was like, ooh, what's going on with Jaden Daniels and the Commanders?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of question marks, a lot of what ifs.
Yeah, it looks like right now the NFC North, it's either the Lions or the Packers. The Lions obviously just absolutely smacked them around 52-10. And what was that? Isn't that what the score?
21, like 52-21.
Yeah, whatever it was. Also the Bears suck, and Caleb Williams sucks. And I have gone on record saying before he got drafted that he sucks, and everybody laughed at me, and that he's going to be the first number 1 overall pick. And I said it was a dumb decision, and he sucks. He's not good. Somebody finally be on this bandwagon with me. Give me one reason why Caleb Williams is good. Hold on, generational talent. Okay, I won't take that away from him. He's not a good leader, and he's not a good football player. That's the line from me. Generational talent.
I think the biggest thing is he came in with all these expectations. Like he was Patrick. Nick Wright put him above Lamar Jackson before he even took a snap.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And that's where I hate it for Caleb, because that sucks to come in and they're like, hey, you have to be the heir apparent to Patrick Mahomes, who, by the way, is in the middle of a three-peat. It's not even like it's although I will say someone obviously taking a jab at Patrick Mahomes was like, wow, they really nailed the Caleb Williams is as good as Patrick Mahomes comp, but not for the right reasons. And I was like, that's so. But I'm giving him this season with, see what they can go out there and do with Ben Johnson. But with the receivers he has and stuff,
he's got talent around him.
He's got a lot of talent.
A lot of it.
We are getting to the point where there are the glimpses, where he goes out and he does something and you're like, there it is.
That's the talent
there
part.
It is.
That's the talent.
And then the next two, like he scrambles for a loss of 10 and then he misses a wide open receiver on a slant, DJ Moore. That could have been a touchdown. Instead, to turnover on downs. And you're like, oh, okay. So there's still got to be a middle ground. But yeah, it definitely, the heir apparent to Mahomes takes are not looking as great at the moment. I will agree with that.
I didn't even know that. I honestly didn't know that was a thing. Like I heard it initially, but I'm like, come on, this is.
It was off season talking points.
Off season talking point. It's also who was getting the heir to be better than Lamar. Not in this context, but I still like people will downplay Lamar Jackson in general. But and in this case, the Browns though, tough defense. They stopped the run. And then yet you look up and Lamar is like, oh, Lamar only had 225 yards, 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions, Kevin. And by the way, he has the highest passer rate in the entire NFL. But the guy, there's parts of his game that need developing, and that's where it is for Lamar. Like I think take out the postseason. And it drives me nuts. Like, of course, the Ravens have to win in the postseason, but there's nothing Lamar Jackson as a quarterback in the regular season has to prove to anybody. And honestly, it's Lamar and Josh at the top, and I think Patrick's 3. I don't think that
Well, and
there's.
that's the narrative right now with nobody's going to be surprised when the Ravens make it into the playoffs. So like, it's almost as if the Ravens don't become a headline until the postseason, because at this point they have nothing left to prove in the regular season. It's what do you do beyond that? And that's kind of, I think that's going to be the theme of this entire season until we get to January.
Yeah, the regular season is such a lose-lose for the Ravens because no one's going to care if they win. And if they lose, it's like, oh, I told you so. Oh, they're already showing signs. Like,
right.
There's no winning scenario for the. I mean, Lamar and Zach and I talked about this on the stream we did post NFL games last night. Like, that was the quietest 4-touchdown game I've seen Lamar have. Like, you kind of look at the box score, like, wait a second, the offense didn't really do that well, and they still put up 41 points as a team, and Lamar still had 4 touchdowns. And I see all these narratives. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but Bills fans are livid with the fact that Lamar Jackson, quote unquote, stat padded in the fourth quarter of this game. And I was like, have you seen the Ravens play in the fourth quarter? Like, have you seen the Ravens in the fourth quarter? Like, oh, Josh wouldn't do that. Right. Josh only threw X amount of passes, and then he didn't throw a pass after whatever it was in the third quarter.
On the gas this game,
which is
exactly what we wanted to see.
The entire NFL makes fun of the Ravens for not keeping their foot on the gas, and then they do, and the NFL is like, classic Ravens. Classic freaking Ravens. Just running up the score. It's like, what do you want us to do?
Yeah.
It's like,
well, when Dan Campbell does it, it's like, oh, well, that's just Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Which he did do this, by the way.
Yeah.
He did.
I know, because I played Zach in fantasy this week, and he had Jared Goff.
He could have kicked a field goal at the end of that game, a 4th down, but he did. What did he do?
Screw it.
Yep.
Screw it. And that was just like, hey, Ben Johnson, enjoy Chicago, buddy.
Yeah.
It's what we're doing over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that celebration, the Ben Johnson play celebration.
Oh,
yeah.
That was an ass whooping. But in the NFL and all sports, I hate when people talk about stat padding when you're up. No leads are safe. You got to do what's best for you. Correct. And I just hate it. I freaking love Josh Allen watching him play. Like, he is so fun. Dude, I don't know if he got diagnosed with a broken nose, but I watched that game yesterday and got smacked in the face, and he came out, which, it happens.
They reset
and he
his
gets
nose
right back in there and is there. Dude is tough as nails. Can make all the plays. I just hate that there's a narrative of either or. It's like, no, just don't be mad when Lamar puts up good numbers, and don't be mad when Josh puts up good numbers. Great. How they do it, I don't really care. You win games, you move on. Because right now, if you want to talk about with all that, Lamar and Josh still haven't been to a Super Bowl. That, like, if you're going to look at all that, that's all that matters. Dethrone the Chiefs, which they're 0-2 for the first time in been a while.
Yeah.
That is one that then we can get down that road, which maybe can lead into it so we can move on. There's so much to unpack with the NFL, but the Chiefs did fall to 0-2. Not necessarily the Chiefs lost, guys, but people are getting really upset with the tush push. And Adam Schefter went on Get Up this morning, and the Eagles prevailed and won the game. But now the frustration is seeming to come out from teams because they don't know how to stop the Eagles, and not because of that the play has become so perfected by them, but that there's some of the instances of how the play starts that seems to bother defensive coordinators. So Zach or Brad, can we play that clip?
The biggest thing here to me is that this game was lost in March. This game was lost when the NFL owners refused to ban the tush push from happening. It wasn't lost yesterday. It was lost in March. And there might be a lot of games that the Eagles play that are lost in March because this play is unstoppable. It not only does the defense not know how to handle it, but even the officials don't even know how to handle it. You're seeing the Eagles linemen jump off sides every play, and nothing's called.
It's a false start.
So the officials have no idea. Defenses have no idea, and the Eagles get to do whatever they want on every single play in the tush push. And again, I know people hate it, but they have mastered it. They have dominated the line of scrimmage.
So where Adam was getting all animated, which again, by the way, those plays helped the Eagles win the game down the stretch. But the biggest turning point of that entire game with the Eagles and Chiefs was they're at the goal line, a ball hits off Travis Kelce's hands, which is still a tough catch, but that's one that he catches, gets tipped into the air, the Eagles intercept it, and they end up winning the game. But to the point that he was trying to make was there's no guidelines then for how the play starts. And if you go back and watch at the line, and Zach, you and I talked about this before we went on air, you're seeing that the play starts like the linemen, the guards right there are going before the ball snapped.
Yeah.
And so that's what Adam's alluding to in this conversation is defensive coordinators like, how do you stop this?
Offsides. It's a false start, and
they're not lined up.
The entire line is offside, and that's where like the tush push as a play. If you can't, you don't want to have it impact you. Stop them before 3rd and 2, 4th and 1, and stuff. It's that's one thing. If they officiated it where it is like, hey, if they false start, it's a flag.
Yes,
moving back 5. Then we have an even playing field. I just think we've gotten too far. And, Nick Sirianni today, when asked about it, said something about like, oh, you can't see it with the naked eye. The refs miss stuff with the naked eye all the time that the defense does, and no one gets upset. Kind of saying like, oh, well, we're not getting caught kind of thing.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're the Eagles, why would you stop? They're not going to call it. You might as well do it. So they've perfected it.
Yeah, keep riding that train until the wheels fall off, as far as I'm concerned. And anybody who's complaining about this, I mean, the fact that it was even up for a rule change this year, I thought was absolutely ridiculous. If you can't stop it, do better. Like that's where I'm at with it. Like, how is it that they're just the only team that can pull this off? They're not. Other teams are capable of doing it. And until it causes serious injury or there's some real issue with this play, then it's just going to keep rolling on. Figure out how to stop it. That's just a game of football. You exploit certain things within the rule book or whatever, within the confines of the rules. They're doing that, and you have to figure out how to stop it. I hate this argument.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
Kev, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, I agree. And, I have no problem with like teams being upset when there's missed calls with this because like it's true. But to Zach's point, Sirianni's like, well, with pass interferences that are missed or defensive offsides where a guy gets a little bit of a jump before the ball is snapped. Like that's
play.
It's all the same playing field there.
Right.
And to me, it's like, yes, if you're mad about it, stop it. Don't get yourself in that situation. Yeah. But like, you'd be banning a legal football play in the game of football, which just doesn't make any sense to me. It's just teams are mad that like they can't do it. Some teams can't do it to the level the Eagles can. The Eagles are obviously the masterminds, but like we see Josh Allen do it. The Ravens do it with Mark Andrews, and it's obviously a different brand for every team in terms of like the sneak or the tush push. But I think it's unbelievable that like it's not an illegal formation. No one is getting seriously injured. It's just a play on like, are we going to ban fullback dives because a big guy can run with the ball on like 4th and 1? Are we going to ban Lamar Jackson being able to run in the pocket because he can do it better than other quarterbacks can? In basketball, you're going to ban Steph Curry from shooting the ball from 40 feet out when, other teams don't have a player like that or players that can do that type of stuff. If it was illegal and, they were lining up wrong and like they were overloading or whatever, yes, then there'd be a different conversation. But it is in the rule book. Don't adjust the rule book to make a legal play illegal. That to me is ridiculous.
Yeah, and it could get voted out here next year. Like it was close this year. It was close to being taken out of or being banned in the NFL. But until it is, to all the points here, every team has the opportunity to run the same damn thing. But not every team executes it like the Eagles. Hell, no one executes it like the Eagles. Right. And you'll have other teams have their tight end under center. Mark Andrews in Baltimore. I've seen Tucker Kraft with the Packers. And the Eagles, though, commit to it. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. They are committing to doing it for 2 plays. Like, yep, we're in it and we run it. And then also, like, shout out Jalen Hurts of understanding what he needs to do to maneuver himself in that situation. Because I've seen Daniel Jones run it a couple times. And Daniel Jones on the Colts, he's a big dude. But you look at that and you go, some of the guys just don't know how to do it effectively. One thing that always comes back to me, like watching football growing up, you know who was probably one of the best quarterback sneakers during his time? And he's not fast. He's not the strongest dude. but he is considered the greatest quarterback of all time.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Go watch the old Patriots games. No one quarterback sneaked better than Tom Brady and that Patriots staff. So it's a skill. It's something that you got to learn. And for all these teams, you got to go out there and figure it out. But in this case, for the Chiefs in that game, hey, a touchdown by Kelsey right there. We might not even be talking about the tush push was implemented down the stretch. We might be talking about that the Chiefs might have stopped themselves from dropping to an 0-2 hole, something that they haven't done in the Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid era here. So I digress there. And if you're new to the channel, though, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken, do this live every Monday and Thursday right here on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Yeah, guys, just pretty crazy stuff overall. Now, I did want to talk a little bit about since we've covered the main spicy topics, right? Am I right on that? Are we good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Spicy?
Yeah.
Great. Well, why don't we then, since we do it every Monday, that's going to be our time for this. Why don't we go around Maryland? Zach, can we pull up a little around Maryland graph? Boom, baby.
Hold up, it's coming.
Under 3 seconds.
Under.
It's always
3
under.
seconds. Always.
It's always under. Don't you worry about it.
Yep, just did. There, boom. Yep, and it's loading. It's loading.
Under.
Not
Under.
under, boom.
There we go.
Under. Hey, and you know what? There it is. Just like we drew it up, as always, here at the Ryan Ripken Show. Around Maryland, brought to you by our friends over at Next Move Charm City and the Blanchard team at Lone Depot. And here, Kevin, I don't have my glasses, but can we set the mood? Can we set the mood for the read?
Yeah.
Testing. Can you guys hear me okay?
1, 2, ready? You got a mic tap.
Yep. Mic tap. Snaps.
Is this thing on?
It's on.
All right.
Jesus.
Ready? All right, sports fans, are you ready to make your next big move? Whether you're buying, selling, or chasing that dream home, Brett Ritchie and Shannon Toback are your MVPs. They bring championship-level strategy and hustle to every deal. And wherever life takes you, city, suburbs, or shore, don't just make a move, make the right move with Next Move. Boom, count it. Snaps, Kevin. Thank you.
Jesus.
Thank you.
Good job.
Well, beautiful. Well, guys, we did going around Maryland here. We did cover earlier that the Commanders and Jaden Daniels, we will see what's going to happen with them. They lost on Thursday night. You know, whammy, they lost. They're 1-1. Packers are one of the best teams in all football. We did talk Baltimore Ravens with Nick Moore, long snapper, earlier today. The boys are now 1-1, but we haven't talked about yet are those other two teams in the region. Zach, the Maryland Terps. The Terps are undefeated.
3-0, and I mean, this is where the season begins. You know, if you're a Maryland fan, you kind of knew 3-0 was in the cards. That's what you were supposed to do as long as nothing weird happened. They tried. But as long as nothing weird happened, you'd be sitting 3-0 heading into Big Ten play. So now it's, you know, against Wisconsin coming up, and that's the next big test. Next game against Wisconsin, first one in Big Ten play. We'll see if Billy Edwards Jr., the former Maryland quarterback from last year, will start for Wisconsin. He is hurt at the moment, but he's potentially going to be back. So a little storyline there. But, yeah, if you're a Terps fan, this is where you need to, you know, kind of get your entertainment in, because as the season goes on, it has in the past kind of resulted in expectations lowering as the week goes. But at the moment, the undefeated Maryland Terrapins, they're going to take on Wisconsin. So let's see, maybe they can advance to 4-0 and give people a little bit more excitement in the College Park area, because, you know, Malik Washington, he looks good. He looks good, and there's a lot of fun in the future for Maryland. So get out the games, support your old Terps.
It would be great. It would be great for the Terps to get that first win in the Big Ten, start off undefeated there. it's only going to get more challenging. And it's no secret, it's a big year for the coaching staff as well with Loxley down there. They need to win some games. And the first three, I believe, was Wisconsin. Hey, Kevin, who is the only rapper that can rhyme mansion and Wisconsin?
Man, you ask me this every week. It's T-Pain.
Every week you're still on it. You know, that's what we like.
Never lost.
Undefeated.
Yeah, I mean, so they got to play Wisconsin, and then they believe they have Washington, Nebraska. Like, this is a favorable start for them if they can win the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always about taking care of one game at a time. You know?
Yes, very much
so. Go Terps, baby. And then soon enough, it'll be basketball time there, and that's when everyone rallies to it. Now, on the other side in Baltimore, baseball season is winding down. The Baltimore Orioles guys are not heading to the playoffs.
Damn.
Let that sink in.
I'm shocked.
That's bad.
Can't believe it.
Are the O's fine?
Not this
Metaphorically?
year.
This year.
I don't even know if
they are right. They are right on the cusp of being eliminated, not officially eliminated yet, but they sit at 69 and 80, 11 and a half back of the wild card.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Can we throw an elimination party?
Huh?
Can we throw an elimination party when they get eliminated?
What? No.
What would that look like?
Just sadness.
I don't know if that's a party.
That sounds like a terrible
get
time.
together.
Get together.
Yeah, is this yeah, I don't think okay, that's good. Do you have a party for something that's not enjoyable?
Celebration
Of what?
What are we celebrating?
of a bad season.
No, Kevin. All right. What can we talk about something actually productive?
Yeah, well, so the Orioles, by the way, in this case, they we know where it's going to end. They've, it's just injuries lining up. We just saw Albert Suarez is back on the IL.
Oh, good.
It's brutal. But how about this? Not even Orioles related, but it's Maryland kind of related because he was a reporter back here in the day. But the one storyline that's going around baseball, guys, was the situation with Ken Rosenthal after the Brewers game.
Yes.
I think we've all seen this clip. Kevin, you saw this?
I did. Yep.
So let's play this clip because this is what's been talked about. Brew Crew get a win. They're about to have an interview that gets ice cooler down, but no one's looking at the ice down. I think that was Joey Ortiz, by the way, right? And that was throwing the
I think so.
maybe. Anyway,
That right there.
Yeah, I'll take it back here for right now. So watch, Ken's gonna move. He's gonna stumble and smack this cameraman. But it's not the smack that everyone's talking about. It's the look after it. And whammy.
That
right there.
If a picture is worth 1,000 words, that is one of them.
So it wasn't even this. It was then the after effects here. Walks, shakes his head.
What a dick.
And then went right back to the, and I've seen a lot of comments here that were popping up from, Ken had his apology, and look, people want to have their apologies. It's always nice if you do apologize, but it's always easier to apologize in those moments. The actions can say a lot of words. I don't really want to dive so much into all of that because I don't think we have enough time to talk about everything that I fully feel about this situation. But that has been a known thing with Ken. And I know I saw AJ Brzezinski say Ken's a really nice guy. I think with a lot of people in media, they're really nice to who they want to be nice to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think right there, it's more than just a bad look and a bad optics on the situation. And when you're a reporter and you're in this position, and it's not even being a reporter, guys. Like, if I knock someone over, even in a game, when I've been in a game and I've run towards a fence and I knocked into a fan, I'm going to take a second and be like, hey, are you okay? Are you all right?
Yeah.
And say sorry, or like sorry, or
Yeah.
like any acknowledgement that says like, okay, it was an accident, things happen. Cause I don't blame Ken for that. Ken didn't do anything wrong in the sense of backing up, but neither did the cameraman.
Right.
So yeah, a little gesture goes a long way. And that's why people are so mad about this. And guys, like, it's not just the baseball community. Like, everyone in the sports world is seeing this photo and going, dude, what the hell, man?
Everybody who doesn't watch baseball is seeing Ken Rosenthal as himself for the first time.
Yeah.
But anybody who's been involved in baseball knows that this is Ken Rosenthal to a T.
It's little things. And like I said, there are instances that you guys know about, that I've told you about, that I have my own personal opinions.
You didn't even hear that, did you?
What?
You said it's the little things, and I said pun intended.
Oh man. Like, as a short king, I gotta stand up.
Do it. Stand up, guys.
Although I'm not gonna reach very far, but I'm still gonna stand up. It's not really gonna change my, it's not gonna make it much difference, but it might as well.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. Yes. There's just a look. Again, I don't know Ken on a personal level like that. Had experiences over time, but the point of this whole thing is, you knock someone over. I don't care if you're on live TV. An acknowledgement, something simple, something little, makes a difference. Because now you know what happens. Whether it's good, bad, or ugly, people are going to judge you, because the other part of it is that if Ken had this reputation in the past of, oh, he just got caught up in the moment, but this isn't the first moment,
right?
That there's been conversations. You guys remember last year he pissed off the Padres?
Yep.
You guys remember this?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you can't interview any of us. He's like, well, I'm doing my job. No. Your job, you can say, is to report, but this wasn't reporting. These were then biased facts that you were trying to put out there, and you can't expect that anyone's going to sit there and go, yep, I would love to have you come and interview us after you just bashed us publicly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, please come and sit down at the table. That's not how that works.
For decades. He's been doing this for decades. Like, nobody should be shocked by this.
Exactly. So it's the reputation of other events. And like I said, he didn't mean to knock him over. Cameraman is not at fault either, but it's the after effects of the photos. And even if you have that look of being like, well, what the hell? Like, you have that, the
initial reaction. Yeah.
But even right after, if you do this and it's like, hey, like, my bad, or like, you okay? That sometimes you can be like, yeah, I had a weird facial expression. Like, that does happen. Like, I have a ton of those where I'm like, I'm caught in a weird moment, but it's your action after. Like,
he just waves them off and then goes back to his interview.
Yeah. It could have been such like a different moment. Like, if he, runs into the cameraman and then everyone starts kind of laughing, like, oh my gosh, everything just kind of happened so fast. He helps him up, like, everyone's laughing. Then he goes back. Then it's like a funny clip, because then it's like, oh my gosh, like, anything can happen after a walk-off. Like, everyone's got to be head on a swivel after the walk-off, that thing. And then instead it turned into, holy crap, Ken Rosenthal sucks. Like, that's the reaction Twitter got. It could have been like a fun, like, oh, baseball's so fun. Like, walk-off, celebrations, everything's happening at once, all this fun stuff. And instead it's like, why is he so angry?
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
You could see in the apology video too, he was like looking over at his scripts like every 5 seconds, like reading off of it. And I'm just like, this doesn't feel very genuine to me. Like, it just kind of feels like, oh, I got caught. Now I have to pivot over and apologize, because that's what is gonna save my image. But people said that made it worse. The apology made it worse.
I haven't even watched the full thing yet. I'll be honest.
He keeps glancing over at his script every like 10 seconds, and it's very insincere. It's like, I look forward to laughing with him about this. I'm like, I don't think the cameraman wants to laugh with you about it, Ken. Like, I don't think that's what is gonna happen here.
No.
And here's my perspective, because I saw Mary say about, there are a lot of these reporters. Ken was in Baltimore. Tim Kirchin was in Baltimore. I don't know Ken enough on the personal level to continue. There's just been experiences and instances like this on the other side with Tim Kirchin, nicest dude you are ever going to meet with everything. Like, I haven't heard one person say anything negative about Tim. Anything.
Yeah.
The one thing that they just say is that he has a very distinct voice that and that laugh. That's it. Other than that, they just like, the dude loves baseball. The dude loves to learn. Like, he's an encyclopedia, genuine dude. Again, it's not the same report card.
No.
That's been given for Ken. So, and also, by the way, the Brewers are a damn good team. They just had another walk-off. They're freaking rolling, and this is the story. So
they're walking it off.
The Brew Crew, baby. The Brew Crew, they are rocking and rolling, and they're running away with that Central Division, just like they're running away with the entire the Phillies have now caught up. I didn't realize how hot the Phillies had been. Only 2 games back for the best record in the National League, but everywhere else, I mean, the Dodgers are actually the 3rd best team in the NL, and they're trying to hold off the San Diego Sheetses, which they are at the current moment in time. So, yeah, that's kind of it. I feel like, guys, I know the football convo went for a long time, but we had so much. So great that football is back.
Yeah.
I think then with the 2 games tonight, though, first off, I want to point this out, Brad, Air 5 for our best bets on Sunday. But he's got another chance at redemption this Sunday or this Monday night. Why don't we take a quick trip to our friends up at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in
West Virginia. Well, you stopped at the right time. That was a good job.
Beautiful. That was beautiful, guys. That was fantastic. Look at you guys.
And now
it's time for Bolly's Bets, brought to you by our friends up at Hollywood Casino and Charlestown Races.
Let's do it. We're looking for redemption night. We did well on Thursday. We cashed our Josh Jacobs 60+ yards and a touchdown. So tonight, I mean, why not? Emeka Egbuka. Everyone is going to be covering Mike Evans. They're going to be looking at, Bucky Irvin, everything, all the different things. It's the rookie tonight. It's the rookie. We're going with the young buck, the future superstar, Emeka Egbuka, over 51.5 receiving yards. I love this kid. He was a guy that the Ravens were to draft him. I wouldn't have been upset. I'm happy with where we landed with Malachi Starks, but Emeka Egbuka, I mean, I think people forget at Ohio State just how good this kid was. I mean, he was always with someone better. It was always, Marvin Harrison Jr. is here. Oh, Jeremiah Smith is here. Oh, this, that, the other. Oh, this talent, this generational guy. And all he did was go out there and be the most consistent guy on the field at all times. And so far through 1 week in the NFL, it's been the same. So we're going with him again. Emeka Egbuka over 51.5 receiving yards. Lock it in.
I actually really like that.
Thank you. I tried.
I need that.
Yeah, I also do in fantasy.
In big
I don't.
This is also kind of putting things into the air. So Emeka Egbuka, baby.
So Zach, I think we're in the shirts and pants league with our members here. I think you and I are kind of battling this one out.
Yeah, this is getting close. This is we're within 7 points projected at the moment. It's 2 points separate us as well. You have Nico Collins going, and I have Brock Bowers, which kind of worries me.
And I have Fairbairn.
Oh yeah, you also have a kicker. You won't bench your kicker.
See what happens.
I mean, I kind of like this. I kind of like this parlay here on ESPN Bet. It's a Monday playbook. It's Mike Evans, 1 touchdown, Bucky, 1 touchdown, CJ Stroud, 2 touchdowns, plus 879.
I'd really like if it was like Emeka Ibuka 100 yards and Emeka Ibuka to score 2+ touchdowns. What are the odds on that? Because we need that tonight.
Extremely high.
Zach,
No,
care to take a leap of faith with me, my friend?
No, I was actually just about to check what the odds on that would be. So let me.
Hey, $10 pays $87 for if Mike Evans gets a tutty, Bucky gets a tutty, and CJ Stroud passes for 2 touchdowns. I kind of like that bet.
So we have the answer.
It's not terrible. Not terrible at all.
It's actually not as big as I thought. It's plus 2,520. $10 pays out $252 for Ibuka, 100+ receiving yards and 2 touchdowns.
What's the payout?
Well,
$252.
Oh,
It's not as the big reason why is because Vegas is obviously giving you the benefit of if he is going for over 100 yards, he probably has a touchdown or 2.
yeah.
So they're gonna, because one is plus 1,500 the touchdown, the other's plus 600, and I was like, oh, is this about to get big time?
Spicy.
Not as bad, but
yeah. To be fully transparent, the big money league, nothing's worse than when your player on Thursday like just balls out. And that was Tucker Kraft for me. The dude just said, "Let me take this," and he put up a 20 spot for me in half PPR, and I'm like, in Kraft we trust. We're not going to relinquish this lead. And then you go against James Cook and Puka Nacua and Jackson Smith and who the hell else? He had Jordan Love. And then you have Cortland Sutton and Drake London that do nothing. So everyone, I'll tell you this. If Emeka Ibuka gets 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, I will give... What should be the prize I should give out? Should I give away some old Orioles gear that I have? Do I give $100 gift card plus the Orioles giveaway?
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I take Kevin to eat crabs with me one day and then we just shoot that content?
Hey, let's do it.
Well, by crab, like we take you to get the crabs, like crabbing, like you're the bait.
Oh, yeah. Let's still do it. Let's still do it.
Yeah, and
I
also,
don't think I'd be very successful.
No.
Well, we'll figure that part out as we go. But yeah, I actually do have a ton of old Orioles gear I got to get rid of. I keep some of it, but maybe you guys can help me figure out how we do that. Do we offer that with the shirts and pants, or the Better Kids? Do we offer?
Well, this depends on like what's the Orioles gear. Like, is it hoodies and shit that like some of your boys would probably?
Is it like vintage?
Okay, I mean, so you want some of it. You guys want some of it. Kevin and I are the same size, obviously.
Yeah. We know. Yeah.
I have a bunch of that. I got a lot of Nat stuff too.
I mean, that one hoodie, the one Orioles hoodie I got that's like one of my favorite hoodies.
Stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll consider what we'll do with that.
Okay.
We might have an extra small for Kev.
You know what you do, Ryan? I have it. You give away the jukebox.
Whoa.
If Big Buka gets that, you give away the jukebox.
No, hell no.
If we're getting rid of that juice box, we
get rid of that jukebox. We're spending some money on this studio.
You're buying the building.
Yeah.
God, I wish, but we're getting there. We got a whole bunch of stuff
for future.
Yeah, little by little. But guys, I think we're getting to the end of the program here. It's good day being back. If you guys had seen the before the scenes where Ryan almost, broke shit, and
Kevin,
that could have been a really
Kevin, I wish you could have watched it.
What happened?
I get this text message that just says, "I dropped the camera."
Oh,
and I was like,
no.
"The fuck!"
And then he pops up and he's like, ready to go. And me and Brad are both like, it is the worst lighting you've ever seen, Kevin. He is just dark, like the entire, and we're like, go to that window over there. Go to the window over there.
Well, did you drop it on carpet, Ryan?
For over 2 years now. Rips watched me set up the lighting, and then he's just like, "Yep, this is a good spot right here."
Well, the thing was actually on my side, it actually looked good. Like the lighting did look good, to my defense, and then it didn't. And then it didn't look good.
See, I'm trying out like the soft lighting look instead of like the hospital lights here.
Yeah.
What I'm imagining
That's fine.
here is
I'm
Ryan
doing
just
that.
in a dark room with like no.
Well, the sun's gone down now, so that's why Ryan's dark.
You know what? One of these, maybe I'll just do a boots on the ground, or maybe I'll do a check-in for like a Rip After Dark of what's going on. I know people have been wondering. I've been in secrecy.
Yeah.
I'm in hiding. No one knows where I am.
Yeah, the channel members would definitely love that.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. We got a lot of cool things planned here, but we appreciate we have a lot of cool things planned with our friends over at Merit Clubs. Again, shout out to Merit Clubs for everything that they've done for us. Appreciate them. Oh, that's supposed to be where it goes around on the bottom. There we go. Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
But Merit Clubs right there. meritclubs.com. Kevin, for 30 days for the month of September, you will get a month for free if you sign up. For free.
Let's go.
Zach, how do you spell free?
MERRITT, baby.
Kid's working, man. He's getting better.
I'm in the film room.
Yeah.
You know, people don't know we watch these back.
That's
all of us.
right.
We take film. We have film after everyone.
That's true.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah,
And
this
Chris,
week's lesson number 1: don't drop the camera.
so the fun projects that I was referring to with baseball, yes, we are going to have some of our other baseball interviews and old stories, which Brad, that's the thing, is we haven't even put out all of our old stuff yet. And there's probably 4 videos that we have not yet shown to the public. So our channel members, when we do, it's going to be out there. You're going to see it first and go, wow, hey, now I like that guy. I'm going to watch that guy. But one of those is going to come out this week. A couple more coming out later. If you're a football fan too, and the legend of the game, well, stop traffic. We had a legend, Joe Thomas, on last Monday, and we haven't put all of that out. And let's just say, if you like Joe Thomas, or you might not remember Joe Thomas, if you're a football fan in the 2000s, 2010s, oh, this guy you remembered very, very vividly.
It's well, and the 4th installment of Calvin's interview came out last night.
Yep.
Well.
And we still have a couple stories in there that we're holding in the chamber.
Yeah.
To put out. So yeah. So I think those are fun projects.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple other things up our sleeve. By the way, Winter Meetings is only just under 3 months away now. So we'll be down there as well. Then that will be a fun project. Did I hit everything? Good.
I think, yep.
All right. Do you guys cue the music from there?
Sure can.
As always, here at the Ryan Ripken Show, you have a day, you have a night, you have a great stinking rest of your Monday, and join us again. We'll be back on Thursday to do the whole damn thing again. But yeah, be good, be safe, and above all, have a great stinking time.
Peace.